Welcome to the Investors Trading Academy Economic Calendar of the Week. Each week our news analysts review the upcoming economic events you should be monitoring. This should be one of the most exciting trading weeks of the year. As the new month begins, the calendar is chocked full of major economic events. Although the ECB press conference and the Nonfarm payroll report always command a great deal of attention, this month these events will be more important than ever. European Central Bank President Mario Draghi is in the spotlight this week as analysts anticipate he will be announcing big changes to policy to address prolonged low inflation. The ECB's Governing Council is expected to cut the deposit rate to introduce further quantitative easing when it publishes its policy decision next Thursday. Amid low inflation, concerns about the stagnant Eurozone economic recovery and worries about potential impact of the slowdown in emerging markets, the ECB has been under mounting pressure to take action. In light of the challenges, policymakers were said to have been considering options such as staggered charges on banks hoarding cash, according to a Reuters report earlier this week. The analysts added that they see no change to interest rates but anticipate the ECB will expand QE purchases to €75 billion per month until December 2016, past the original intended September deadline. Before Mario Draghi's appearance on Thursday, traders will see a rash of top-tier economic data. On Tuesday, the Reserve Bank Board meets, but while an easing bias exists, this is more of an insurance policy. There is no need for further interest rate stimulus at present. In fact, economic momentum seems to be lifting, courtesy of home building. Also on Tuesday, there is a raft of indicators due for release, including building approvals, home prices, the balance of payments, government financing, and a gauge on the manufacturing sector. There is plenty of data to watch in the US, and normally investors would only have eyes for non-farm payrolls data on Friday. But the Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen has a number of appearances that will be closely monitored this week. On Wednesday, the Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen speaks before the Economic Club of Washington. At present, no topic is set down for the speech. Also on Wednesday, the ADP National Employment Index is released, an influential survey of private sector jobs. While the data doesn't always line up with the official figures, it is still closely watched by investors. Revised data on labour costs and productivity is also issued on Wednesday, together with the ISM New York Index and weekly mortgage finance figures. On Thursday, Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen testifies before the Congressional Joint Economic Committee. The appearance, a day before the important monthly job figures, will likely be make or break for those expecting a rate hike in December. Friday, the non-farm payrolls report is released. In October, 271,000 jobs were created, above expectations, with the jobless rate falling to 5%. In November, it is expected that 190,000 jobs were created, with the jobless rate unchanged. If the employment results are in line with the forecasts, this will set the scene for a rate hike in December.